Hi, we are from Elevated Experience Camping at Willey West Campground, where we are promoting Alberta camping and Alberta glamping.
Yes.
My name is Jason.
I am Carmen,
This is Nin.
and this is Harley, and they're our security team that wanted to talk to you today a bit about the security windup of 2020.
So the normal way we do these videos is with a fun fact and a statistic. Mm-hmm. So would you like to start with the...
No, it's a fun fact and a quote.
Oh, and a quote. That's my...
So why don't you do the quote?
So I'll do the quote. Some people talk to dogs. Not many listen, though. That's the problem.
So true, right? Oh, yes. She's like, about time you realize that, Dad. And then we're going to talk about the fun fact. And did you know that actually 3 dogs survived on the Titanic? One was a Pomeranian puppy that a first-class lady wrapped in a blanket, and everybody thought it was a baby. And then the 2 others was actually another Pomeranian and a Pekingese. But 3 dogs were actually rescued off the Titanic.
Oh, that's a really cool fun fact.
Yeah. So as you can see, part of our security team is our miniature pinscher, Harley, and our Chihuahua, Nin. So why did we choose a miniature pinscher? Well, as you can see, she is short and compact. She's very alert. She knows and is weary of strangers. She wants to protect. Yes, you like protecting, don't you? You want to tell this story? Oh, okay. You are very much a protector, aren't you? Yeah. As you can see, and she is very vocal about telling us what she thinks about what's going on.
And we chose a Chihuahua because A, they're damn adorable, and B, is that they're compact for their size, and they're very alert. And well, this one, as she's about to pass out, but they're pretty friendly. She's pretty friendly, and she lets us know when there's people in the office.
And she's not afraid of her size.
That's it. We also have a Great Pyrenees, and this 4-pound Chihuahua also takes on and thinks she's bigger than the 85-pound currently puppy that we have.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to start with our interview, and Harley is going to ask Nin the first question. So Nin, what was your overall thoughts and your role in security with Elevated Experience Camping?
Well, I think Nin's can respond with, it was a good camping season.
That's good.
And the campers were very respectful.
Mm-hmm.
And the humans cleaned up all their doggy poo. Because we had, 5 doggy poo stations. So at Elevated Experience Camping, we have 5 recycling stations. And on the side of the recycling stations, there is doggy poo bags that everybody can grab, and they're constantly being filled, are they not? And next year we're going to have little garbage cans that you can throw your doggy poo bags in there. Yes. And we also, they're located all over the campground, and they also have a library beside each one of them, right? Oh, yes. And what else was there? There was minimal damage to the campground. Yes, there was some tree damage. Yes, there was, and we had some tree damage, and but the staff at Elevated Experience Camping took care of it right away and held the people accountable.
Was it just the people, Nin, or who else might have attacked those trees?
Squirrels. No, doggies too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Nin.
All right, so now Nin, how about, did you want to ask Harley something? Yeah? Okay. So did any campers have to be removed from the park this year?
Well, as much as I would have liked to have removed everybody and got them single file up and down the hill on time, I did not. But camping, they did a great job, the staff, of capturing a very family-friendly campground, and so there was really no issues of having people removed. We had 2 incidents where evening staff had to give out a noise complaint, But that was it. And once they were told to be quiet, they were good. So I scurried into their campsites, let them know who's boss, and scurried out, and we were all good. So, Nin, Harley would like to ask you, how did the campers respond to all the COVID-19 guidelines this year?
So, Harley, Nin wants to tell you that the customers, they responded very, very well, didn't they? Yes. They all did their social distancing for the most part. And you were able to greet all the people outside when they were, waiting and standing and waiting to come in. And we can only have a maximum of one person inside or one cohort, right? And the staff, Harley, the staff were relentless on the cleaning. And my little sniff test every day always smelled like it was beautifully cleaned. And that sanitizer, ooh-wee.
Too funny. All right.
All right. Did you guys patrol the campground every day, Harley? Nin would like to ask.
We sure did. Not only did we walk the trails and the campground, we rode in the ATV. We had a bright red ATV that we had a front row seat, and I could lean out the front window to make sure all the campers were having a good time. And when Nin and I saw some garbage on the ground, we would bark so that the staff knew to stop and pick up the garbage. Yes, and it was so fun.
Perfect. And Nin would like to ask Harley one more question. Were there any incidents of wildlife issues this year?
Oh my goodness, let's talk wildlife. Deer. So many deer in the park, but they were very respectful to campers. But unfortunately, our campground garden succumbed to a tragedy because the deer ate almost everything in it except 2 zucchinis. By the time I got there, almost everything was gone, but 2 darn zucchinis. I don't even like zucchinis. That's right, hey? And then we had 2 black bear sightings, but they were just on their way to the river. And then there was a bear poop sighting. Gross. And it was the size of Nin. Seriously. And then we had a cougar sighting on the bridge, but thankfully nobody spotted it in the campground. And there was a lynx that was at the upper gate this year. And then towards the end of the season, we had a skunk family try and move in. Not happening on our watch, right, Nin? And so we rerouted it to a better place. And then lastly, squirrels. Let's talk about the squirrels. So it would be in Nin's and my opinion that the squirrels partaked in a little too much wobbly pops, as we had several complaints of them stealing food, throwing acorns at campers, drinking alcohol left unattended, and scaring small children and taunting dogs. So squirrels, not good this year. Crazy.
How about the crows? We had quite a few crows too, didn't we?
Yes, I don't want to talk about crows.
Maybe.
Crows ate the garbage. And then I had to go clean it up.
And they would make a mess, wouldn't they?
Yes.
Perfect.
All right, Nin, I'm going to ask you, did Elevated Experience Camping see any other pets other than dogs attend the campground this year?
Oh my goodness. We did. We saw there was birds. Somebody was walking a kitty cat, which I didn't like. And there was for birds, there was 2 parrots.
And there was a ferret.
And it was a ferret on a leash.
That also looks like Nin.
Yeah, Nin looked like a little bit. But yeah, that was pretty much it that we saw for a variety of different pets.
That's right. There was a couple reptiles too, I think.
Yeah, someone did bring a snake.
Yes.
They had a snake around their neck. I remembered that. Perfect. So, Harley, were there any other security issues that you guys had to deal with?
So yes, we're in a campground, and believe it or not, We had a total of 5 fires in the campground, not in fire pits this year. All were immediately handled by the staff because they were well trained on how to use a fire extinguisher, and they were contained without damaging the park at all. And we are currently now talking about strategies with Brazeau County on how we can reduce the risk, because a lot of it came from hot ashes coming out of the campfire pits and going to the campfire pit disposal area. So we want to look at how to mitigate that risk going forward. But we had awesome staff, fire extinguishers, and we even have a small fire truck. And we bought a new one this year called Big Red for 2021. So we are going to be all prepared.
That is right. So Nin wants to ask, how many fire extinguishers, or what did we have this year? And did all the vehicles have a fire extinguisher?
All the vehicles have fire extinguishers, and all the vehicles have first aid kits. That includes the golf cart, ATVs, trucks, you name it.
And did they have a emergency list?
They had an emergency list, you bet.
Aw.
And did we have to use it? Yes. Out of all the 5 fires, one we did have to call 911 and get the fire department down. But again, because of the quick work of all of us, no injuries, no damage to the campground. Rest in peace, golf cart number 1. All right, so Ninny. We like to call her our mini little Ninny. What was the best moment of doing security this year?
Well, Nin would like to say that greeting all the campers this year was probably her best part of security. She was so attentive when people would come to the door. She would sneak out and go to make sure that each one was greeted, and also that she would get some pets, because that was most important to her. And she would sneak away to make sure everybody was greeted properly and made sure that their stay was going to be extra special.
Awesome. And I loved ATV patrols, seeing everyone enjoying themselves. That made all the long hours worth it. I have always loved car rides, and now I have a new love for ATVs.
Yeah, that wind blowing in my sister's face is awesome.
But that's only if Mom lets me sit in the front seat, because I do have an issue with being in the back, because nobody puts Harley in the back.
Okay, Harley, what was your least favorite? Oh, you need a nap? Is that what it is? What was your least favorite part of the viewing security at the Elevated Experience Camping, where you can do your Alberta camping?
Yeah, well, Alberta can take their paperwork and shove it. That is my least favorite. Too much paperwork. Like, I'm a dog. Come on, you guys really need to get reporting fully online, because I have some serious not good mad typing skills. Like, this is one finger stuff, man. Like, come on. Give a girl a bone.
Yeah.
Nin, did you like typing?
Say, I just slept on the keyboard more than anything.
See? All right. Okay, Nin, we're up to our last question. So what do you hope for Elevated Experience Camping security detail next year?
So for next year, well, let's see. Goat yoga is going to be back. So I'll be chasing those goats and making sure they're all back. And there's also maybe going to be family and kid yoga. So if you're into those things, you need to sign up. We need to sign those things up.
Well, and frankly, those goats are getting so popular, they need their own bodyguards. It's like Justin Bieber concert when goat yoga is going on, and it's just too much for us 2 little ones to handle. So they need their own bodyguard crew.
That is true. And lastly, how about those pizza deliveries?
Yeah, so they have late night pizza deliveries, fresh soaked pepperoni, ham and pineapple, vegetarian cheese. But where's the dog one? Come on. There should be a doggy pizza. That's what I want on the menu next year.
Well, we have some new menu items coming, but I still don't think it's going to be a doggy pizza one. I'm sorry. We are looking at some new toppings and new fresh pizzas. And, yes, we are. And oh, you say, oh, I'll eat a pepperoni pizza anytime, Mom. She's all about the pepperoni. And I think that's about it, though. Are we not?
Yep.
We're done? Huh?
Well, thanks, girls, for giving us your 2020 security update. And this again is Carmen Jason, Harley and Nin with Elevated Experience Camping, promoting Alberta camping and Alberta glamping. Have a great day.
Happy camping.